Did you know that the Red Baron, Manfred von Richthofen, was one of the most feared pilots of World War I? With over 80 confirmed aerial victories, discover the secrets behind his legendary tactics that revolutionized aerial warfare. Welcome to Historical Combat HQ. In this video, we're exploring the life and strategies of the legendary Red Baron, a German fighter pilot who became an icon of the skies during World War I. Let's dive into how his innovative tactics made him a formidable force in aerial combat. Aerial combat in World War I was an incredibly dangerous and challenging endeavor. Pilots had to contend with primitive aircraft, unreliable engines, and limited instrumentation. The flimsy planes, made of wood and canvas, were vulnerable to enemy fire and mechanical failures. Navigating these early aircraft required immense skill and bravery, as pilots had to perform intricate maneuvers while avoiding deadly enemy attacks. Every mission was a high-stakes test of nerves and precision. Manfred von Richthofen, known as the Red Baron, was not only a skilled pilot, but also a brilliant strategist. He flew the Fokker Dr. Waring triplane, a maneuverable aircraft that became synonymous with his name. Richthofen's tactics were ahead of his time. He mastered the boom and zoom technique, diving from high altitudes with the sun behind him to blind his enemies before striking. He also introduced the circus's formation, a tactic where his squadron would fly in a large, coordinated group, overwhelming opponents with their numbers and synchronized attacks. These strategies allowed the Red Baron to dominate the skies, making him the most successful ace of war. The defining moment of the Red Baron's career came during a fierce dogfight in 1917. Utilizing his superior tactics, Richthofen engaged multiple enemy planes simultaneously. By exploiting the sun's position and executing precise maneuvers, he managed to outfly and outgun his adversaries, securing several kills in a single battle. This display of aerial prowess cemented his reputation as a master tactician and a feared opponent in the skies. The Red Baron's innovative tactics not only earned him 80 confirmed kills, but also left a lasting legacy in aerial warfare. His strategic use of altitude, surprise, and coordinated squadron tactics influenced both his contemporaries and future generations of pilots. The Red Baron's legacy continues to inspire modern aviation strategies, proving the enduring impact of his contributions to aerial combat. If you're fascinated by the history of aerial warfare and want to learn more about legendary combat tactics, be sure to like this video, subscribe to Historical Combat HQ, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. Share your thoughts in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you.
In the dense forests of the Ardennes, during the bitter winter of 1944, a young American soldier named Sergeant Jack McKinley found himself perched atop a crumbling stone wall. The Battle of the Bulge raged around him as the Germans launched a desperate offensive against Allied forces. McKinley, a skilled marksman from Texas, was assigned as a sniper to provide cover for his comrades as they advanced through the treacherous terrain. Despite the biting cold and the constant threat of enemy fire, McKinley remained focused, scanning the horizon through his scope. One frigid morning, as the mist hung low over the snow-covered landscape, McKinley spotted movement in the distance. Through the haze, he could make out the silhouette of a German officer directing his troops. Knowing that this officer posed a significant threat to the advancing Allied forces, McKinley aimed. With his heart pounding in his chest, McKinley controlled his breathing, steadied his rifle, and calculated the distance. It was a shot unlike any he had ever attempted before, a distance that seemed almost unfathomable. But McKinley trusted in his training and his skill. Time seemed to stand still as McKinley squeezed the trigger. The crack of his rifle shattered the silence of the forest as the bullet sliced through the air with deadly precision. For agonizing moments, McKinley held his breath, watching as the bullet soared toward its target. Then, with a sense of disbelief, McKinley saw the German officer slump to the ground, struck down by his shot from over 1,000 yards away. It was a feat of marksmanship that would go down in history as one of the longest sniper shots of World War II. McKinley's remarkable shot turned the tide of the battle, disrupting the enemy's command structure and allowing Allied forces to gain the upper hand. Though he never sought recognition for his actions, McKinley's bravery and skill earned him the respect and admiration of his fellow soldiers. Years later, long after the guns had fallen silent and the echoes of war had faded, McKinley would reflect on that fateful day in the Ardennes. For him, it was a moment of clarity amidst the chaos of combat, a testament to the courage and sacrifice of those who served alongside him. And though the memory of war would always linger, McKinley took solace in knowing that his shot had helped to bring about a brighter future for generations to come. Once upon a time, amidst the chaos of World War II, American aircraft soared through the skies, shaping the course of history. From the battlefields of Europe to the vast expanse of the Pacific Theater, these legendary planes stood as guardians of freedom, instrumental in securing victory for the Allied forces. As we embark on this journey through time, we unveil the stories of these iconic aircraft that left an indelible mark on the annals of aviation history. Join us as we unravel the mysteries behind the P-51 Mustang, the B-17 Flying Fortress, and the Corsair, symbols of American ingenuity and resilience in the face of adversity. Yet, behind their heroic tales lie the challenges faced by American pilots and engineers. Amidst the turmoil of war, they grappled with fierce combat and ever-evolving technology, striving to overcome obstacles that threatened to thwart their mission. Delving deeper, we uncover the intricacies of each aircraft, from their unparalleled performance to the innovative features that set them apart on the battlefield. These machines of war not only dominated the skies, but also left an indelible mark on the course of history. In a climactic moment, we witness these legendary aircraft in action, their roaring engines and thunderous gunfire echoing across the battlefield. Whether escorting bombers, engaging in dogfights, or providing crucial air support, they turned the tide of war in favor of the Allies. In conclusion, the legacy of these aircraft in World War II is unparalleled. Their enduring impact serves as a testament to the bravery and ingenuity of those who designed, flew, and maintained these remarkable machines. As we bid farewell to this chapter in history, we invite you to share your favorite American aircraft from World War II in the comments below. And don't forget to explore our other videos on historical aviation, for the journey through time has only just begun. Thank you for joining Historical Combat HQ, and until next time, fly high and soar far. In the heart of the Civil War, amidst the thunderous clash of armies and the cries of a nation divided, there lived a man named William. He was a simple farmer from Virginia, called to arms by the call of duty and loyalty to his homeland. With a heavy heart but a steadfast resolve, he joined the ranks of the Confederate Army, ready to defend his way of life. William's journey began like that of many others, with long marches under the scorching sun and nights spent huddled around campfires, sharing stories and dreams of home. But as the war raged on, the realities of battle would test his courage in ways he never imagined. On the fields of Gettysburg, amidst the smoke and chaos of combat, William faced the horrors of war head-on. With bullets whizzing by and cannons roaring in the distance, he fought alongside his comrades with unwavering determination. Through the deafening din of battle, he heard the cries of fallen friends and felt the sting of loss deep in his heart. But even in the darkest of times, William held on to hope. He found solace in the bonds forged between brothers in arms and drew strength from the belief that their cause was just. For him, the fight for the Confederacy was not just about politics or ideology, it was about defending his home, his family, and his way of life. As the war drew to a close and the Confederate cause seemed lost, William's resolve remained unbroken. Though weary and scarred by the trials of war, he returned home to Virginia, carrying with him the memories of fallen comrades and the enduring spirit of the South. And so, the story of William, the forgotten Confederate soldier, serves as a reminder of the courage and sacrifice of those who fought on both sides of the Civil War. Theirs is a legacy that transcends time, reminding us of the human cost of conflict and the enduring power of the human spirit. In the heart of the European theater during World War II, amidst the chaos of battle, one American soldier's bravery and resilience shone brightly amid the darkness of war. Meet Private James Thompson, a young soldier from Ohio, serving in the infantry division. It was a cold morning in the Ardennes forest when Thompson's unit came under heavy enemy fire during the Battle of the Bulge. Amidst the deafening roar of gunfire and the cries of his comrades, Thompson found himself hit by shrapnel from an exploding shell. With gritted teeth and adrenaline coursing through his veins, Thompson refused to yield to his wounds. Ignoring the searing pain, he pressed on, determined to fulfill his duty to his country and his fellow soldiers. Despite the blood soaking through his uniform and the agony racking his body, Thompson rallied his comrades, urging them forward with unwavering determination. With his rifle in hand and his spirit unbroken, he led the charge against the enemy positions, inspiring those around him to fight with renewed vigor. Through sheer force of will and a steadfast refusal to surrender, Thompson and his unit pressed on, driving back the enemy and securing victory in the face of overwhelming odds. Despite his injuries, Thompson emerged from the battle as a hero, his courage and resilience serving as a beacon of hope for all who fought alongside him. Today, we honor the bravery and sacrifice of soldiers like James Thompson, whose unwavering spirit in the face of adversity reminds us of the true cost of freedom and the indomitable strength of the human spirit. Join us as we pay tribute to these unsung heroes of World War II, whose courage and valor continue to inspire us to this day. During the Civil War, Confederate artillery units employed a unique and deadly tactic known as canister fire. This involved loading cannons with metal canisters filled with dozens of small projectiles, such as musket balls or metal scraps. When fired, the canister exploded mid-air, releasing a lethal hail of projectiles over a wide area, devastating enemy infantry formations. What made this tactic particularly brutal was its effectiveness in close-quarters combat. Confederate artillery units often used canister fire to repel Union infantry charges, inflicting heavy casualties with each volley. The destructive power of canister fire could decimate entire ranks of soldiers in a matter of seconds, leaving behind a gruesome scene of carnage on the battlefield. One notable example of the devastating impact of canister fire occurred during the Battle of Gettysburg in July 1863. Confederate artillery units unleashed a barrage of canister rounds against Union troops during Pickett's charge, contributing to the high casualty rates suffered by the attacking forces. Despite its effectiveness, canister fire was also highly dangerous for the artillery crews themselves. The close-range nature of the tactic meant that Confederate gunners were often exposed to enemy fire while loading and firing their cannons, leading to significant casualties among the artillery ranks. Overall, the use of canister fire by Confederate artillery units during the Civil War exemplifies the brutal and lethal tactics employed on the battlefield, highlighting the grim realities of war and the devastating consequences of technological innovation in warfare.